Hi everyone, welcome to our first episode of Wellness Wednesday. I'm your host Fadil Al-Khatib. This is our first episode. And a little background about us. We're currently third year students from Nanyang Poly in the course Sports Wellness Management. We're currently doing our teaching enterprise project and we're under the Lifestyle Wellness Management. That's correct, correct. Okay. On this podcast for the next 5 weeks, we'll be talking about some aspects of wellness. For today we'll be talking about the physical wellness. So we have two guests, Charmaine and Jasina.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. So what is physical wellness? So according to UC Davis, it promotes the proper care of our bodies for optimal functioning, and overall physical wellness encourages the balance of physical activity, nutrition, and mental well-being to keep your body in top condition. Some examples of physical wellness is like exercising on a daily basis, making a good choice when it comes to things such as alcohol, nicotine, or maybe girls.
Okay.
Yeah, amazing.
Okay.
There are many ways to take care of your physical wellness. There are three main components, so to say: physical health, nutrition, and mental health. Very simple. For Shamin, how do you take care of your physical health?
I train twice a week, so for each session will be around 1 to 2 hours. But because of COVID, so the whole training duration got cut short by a lot. So training. Then afterwards, I try to work out as much as possible with my friends, but usually it doesn't really work. So that's for the physical part.
How about you, Justina? How do you take care of your physical health?
I train 2 to 4 times a week now. Yeah, each session lasts around 1 to 3 hours, so it's quite crazy.
Wow, despite COVID, okay, not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So, nutrition-wise, you guys take care of your diet?
I don't really care about what I eat.
Yeah, same. But you just try to refrain from those alcohol.
And super fried food kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, we both love bubble tea, so
Yes.
I will
Bubble tea.
Yeah, but other than that, I think for myself, I just try to consume more fruits and vegetables. And in terms of carbs, I still do take them, but not as much as my protein and fibers.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh,
I eat a lot of carbs
Yeah.
and very little protein.
I just
and
eat,
fibers.
I just eat in general.
Yeah,
I
same.
mean,
Yeah, I just
I
eat.
mean-
Yeah. Cannot swear.
Hmm.
What sports you guys do actually? What's your CCA?
I play badminton. Yep.
Badminton.
Yeah. And I play floorball.
Oh, interesting.
What about you?
I play sepak takraw.
Cool.
How about football?
Football, that one different story, but I used to play football. So,
Yes.
how long have you guys been playing your badminton? How long have you been playing badminton?
I started since I was in primary school, which is 9, which makes it around 11 years. But I took 1 year break, so technically it's 10 years.
That 1 year break?
Yeah.
When?
I took it when during my PFP, so transitioning from secondary school to poly. Yeah, I didn't felt the motivation to train competitively, so I just took a break.
Yes. You want to bring us through? You want to try to bring us through that? Like, what do you do during your break, and what actually got you back starting badminton?
I guess for me, during my PFP time, right, I didn't felt motivated to train because my coaches were different, my teammates were different, the whole training environment was different. So I guess I couldn't really adapt, or I couldn't adapt, and then I didn't find the motivation to train lah, because I had to meet new people, then talk to new people. So in general, my whole I think my whole mindset was kind of in the negative side. So that is probably a reason why I didn't try to join it during my PFP year. Then secondly is because how I felt during that one whole year, I didn't really do a lot of physical activity. So during my PFP year, I just had like PE lessons for 2 hours per week. Then I would just continue my day, then go home. Then the whole cycle repeats again lah. So in a sense, during that 1 whole year, I didn't like exercise a lot. So I felt very disgusted because I didn't sweat. So all I did was just to eat, study, that's all. So yeah, that's sort of like a motivation for me to like continue my, I would say, sporting journey in poly. Yeah.
I see. How about you, Justina? How long have you been playing floorball?
I've been playing floorball since I was primary 3, so that's 10 years. But I took a 6 to 9 months break because of my ACL injury. And yeah.
Wow. So you want to talk more about that? What happened during the ACL injury? How did you get the ACL injury in the first place?
It was during a friendly before Polite happened. So somebody actually rammed into me and my foot like stuck on the ground and she banged me and then my whole body twisted but my knee stayed there. So that's how I tore my ACL lah. And I couldn't walk properly after that. Yeah, I couldn't bear weight on my leg at all. So it was pretty tough coming to school every day also after that.
Yeah, traveling, right?
Yeah, especially taking public transport when the buses or MRTs are full, right? And you have a weak ass knee.
Nah, mine lah.
You can't really balance.
At least can get the reserve slot. Reserve seat.
Not because
Not
it's
really,
an internal
because,
injury.
yeah, so
because
people-
Oh, really?
Yeah, people can't tell that you have the
it's
injury.
a ligament
Yeah,
that's
that's
torn.
right.
So like people can't really see that you're injured unless you actually wear a knee brace or a knee guard. But sometimes people also don't care lah.
Damn.
So it was kind of tough to come to school every day, keeping myself balanced on the bus and everything.
So you say you were out for like what, 6 to 9 months, right?
Yep.
So how do you cope with not being able to play floorball for that 6 to 9 months? What kept you like, no, I still want to play floorball after this? Because I know that most of my friends, they stop playing their sport after they recovered, like, you know, because they gain weight, they lost the motivation and all that. So how do you not keep the drive?
I think I was pretty like blessed because my coach at that time, she also tore her ACL like multiple times and she guided me through everything lah. And even some of my club mates, they also tore their ACL before. So I had, in a sense, like guidance throughout that whole period. And to keep myself motivated, I guess I would, instead of skipping training just because I'm injured and everything, I would go down for trainings, sit through the whole training and watch what my teammates are doing, what they're learning, like throughout the whole training, so that I can keep myself updated also. And yeah, instead of doing all those running like movements because I can't with my knee, right, I would just take my stick and dribble around. I would stand at a court stationary at one point and just shoot, just keep shooting and everything. So I would just improve on the things that I couldn't really work on before. Yeah, so that's how I kept myself motivated to come back stronger lah. Yeah.
Personally, for me, I've only been playing sepak takraw for, I think, since I was Sec 1, so that's about, say, 6 years already, 6 years and counting. But I was very close to stopping quite recently also, or I would say a couple of years ago, because it was when I played, represented the under 18 for Singapore actually. So yeah, I thought, you know, like it would be a good experience, it would be fun, but I ended up getting demotivated, you know, because I got slapped lah basically by the other countries when I played against them, you know. Like, because out of my whole team, I'm the least experienced, I'm the least experienced lah. So like, I felt really outcasted. And like after that tournament, even though like we weren't really expected to win anything, we did bring back a medal lah. But I didn't participate in the event. But like seeing my performance compared to others, like it really sucked lah, knowing that I wasn't as good as them. And like, it was really hard for me to pick up. Even till now, I almost wanted to quit the sport this year, but what actually helped me was my friends actually. Like the moment they heard me, they saw that I wanted to quit already. I actually didn't expect. All of them video called me all at once. Yeah, they was just like talking to me lah. Like, you know, it's just knowing that you got that kind of support from your own friends and community around you, it actually gives you a reason to keep on going lah. That's for me lah personally. And thank God I continued right now. I'm still playing, just casually, but still looking for competitive tournaments as well. So so you guys played the sport for quite long, right? Like, there must have been like one point of time where you thought maybe this is it or what. Like, how do you guys push through that barrier? Push through that thought that I think this is it, I want to give up already.
I guess like for me, I had that like breakdown point because like from year 1 to year 2, right, I trained so hard, but I didn't get the spot to play for Polite. Like it's all because of like injury. So in year 1, I think I sprained my ankle like very really close to Polite season. So in terms of internal ranking among like my own teammate, like I couldn't perform well lah. So because of my ankle, then from year 1 to year 2, right, I think I had really like supportive teammates and like seniors. So I have this really close senior, so she really like motivated me to like come back stronger. So then she said like for next year's Polite, right, I want to see you playing on court. Like I will come down just to see you play. But unfortunately, like even after training, like during year 2, like during the same period of time, like when we had internal ranking, I had a mid-foot sprain. So what happened was like I think I was in a very awkward position, like trying to receive the shuttle, but my feet was planted on the ground and I tried to move. So the metatarsal of my feet, like I guess sort of like moved, so I couldn't really like even like walk properly. So for that, I think that really took a toll on me because it's like a second instance like like why during the same period of time when I'm training so hard for competition, then I happened to injure myself lah. So that was like really a turning point when I thought to myself like, am I really suitable for this sport? But then I guess like after going through all the like rehab like on myself, I think like I don't know, I just somehow felt that like maybe this is my last year, I should just like give it a shot, like if during the same period of time I happen to injure myself again, then I just have to like accept that this is fate lah. But at least I know that throughout the whole process from year 1 to year 2, I trained so hard. At least I know that I did put in the effort to train. It's just that maybe I'm just that unlucky at that point of time lah. So but nonetheless, I'm still very thankful that my teammates coaches are very like encouraging.
How about you, Justina? I mean, especially that ACL there, that being out for like 6 or 9 months, that must have really taken a toll. So like, how do you constantly push yourself, to keep on playing?
For me, I think I actually had 2 points in time of this past 10 years of playing. The first one would be during Sec 1 and 3, when I was not selected to be part of the school team and everything. Because I really trained like very, very hard. And then the coach like didn't select me. So I was just like, why? I was just questioning myself lah. Like, why am I not selected? What did I do wrong and everything? So it actually went to a point where I sat down with the teacher in charge and talked and asked asked her lah, should I quit and everything? And then she obviously said no, because like it's just so I talked to her during like Sec 1 that time. So it was just the first year of me being in secondary school, and she just said no lah, because it's like the first year, like can't really expect much. But I expected a lot of myself. So at that point I really wanted to quit the sport and join like something else. I'm not sure how it was, but I almost quit the sport because I wasn't selected for the school team. But after that, I trained like really, really hard. Like before CCA hours, like straight after school, right, I would just go into the court. I'll start shooting, I start dribbling and working on myself lah. Sec 3 also happened the same thing. And then that was when I was really like determined that I will do well. I will improve myself every training so that I'll be selected to play. And then as for during my ACL injury, it also happened like really, really close to polite season. So that really took a toll on me lah, because it was also my first year in poly, and I really wanted to play polite because of like the teammates that I had. And yeah, it really like shot me down straight, like pew, and I just died there.
I guess it's because of like the pressure that our coaches give us, like for each
Yeah.
training, like you want to do well to train for a competition, then such things happen to us
And then
during
we just
that.
get demotivated straight away.
That's right. So I guess this whole instance really like took a lot on our mental health.
Would you say that you are harsh on yourself when it comes to things like this? Like, do you hold yourself to high expectations of yourself?
I think I was pretty harsh on myself during the ACL injury, because I knew that I wanted to play for Polite. I knew that because NYP is always the last in Polite, so I really wanted to like make a change lah in the team together with my teammates. And then suddenly I was just out straight for the whole season. So I was just like, why did this have to happen to me? Like, why did the girl have to ram into me and everything? Yeah. So it was really hard lah.
How about you? Would you say you're hard on yourself?
Hard on myself as in like
You like
Blame
I
myself.
blame myself for things that sometimes it's out of your control, but you blame yourself for that happening.
I don't think I would say I'm very harsh on myself, but like, cause I know that all these injuries are just like accidents and it's not planned. So it's just nice that like when you train for the sport, then you just somehow it just happen to get injured. So I wouldn't say I was very harsh on myself, but there are certainly like times where I would think like, if I train my lower body like to be more conditioned, then I guess maybe like the risk of injuring myself would be lesser, and it will increase my chance of like playing for competitions lah. But I think overall I wasn't really very harsh on myself in terms of that.
I think during the period where I injured my knee, when I tore my ACL, it was also the period of time where I was really pushing myself to like get more trainings in the week. So at a point where like on the day that I tore my ACL, before that I had almost 1 full week straight of training, like full out training. So it was like really like taking a toll on my legs and everything. So I think that's when everything just came crashing down lah. Like somebody ran into me, that's it, I'm out. And then I just had to rest from then on. So I was really pushing myself to train very hard for Polite, and also just because I joined a new club, which was like a very high demand for me to keep up with their standards.
Okay, sorry about that. Due to some technical error, my phone decided to stop working. So we'll just pick off where we were. We'll just move on to the next topic. So seeing that, personally for me, I think mental health is one of the biggest aspects of physical wellness, although it's not really focused on. So how would you advise someone to ensure that their physical wellness are in top condition, like in terms of physical health or mental health? What advice would you give?
I think for me, like I would say do it because you have the passion for it, and not just because you're doing it for the sake of doing. Because I think like in any sport, right, passion is really it's like really a key lah. Because if you dread yourself to go for training like every week, then the whole session itself would like be very long, and you won't find
it enjoyable.
find it enjoyable or like have a goal, because you just don't like it. So in a sense, like if you don't like it, you sort of like lose motivation to train, and I guess that motivation itself, like it will also kind of affect how you feel. Because like if you go for trainings and then you don't see a purpose in going, then that really sort of like really affects your mental and physical well-being. That's for me, I think.
As for me, I think if you want to start exercising, right, find the right type of exercise that you want to do. If you like Zumba, then go ahead with it. If you like spin class, go ahead with it. If you like table tennis, just do it. Just do whatever that makes you happy, as long as you like it lah, so that you won't really find it dreading for you. And then as for mental health, for me personally, during the period where I was injured, right, how I really coped with it was I took down, like, you know, those midnight thoughts thing, kind of thing, like when I really like cry
so
myself to sleep,
like
right?
diary lah.
Yeah, I really like take my phone and type down everything that I'm feeling, so that when in the next few weeks or months I can go back and read it and see how far I have come lah from then on. So it really like motivates me to do better.
That's a good tip.
Yeah, so it's just take down a journal of whatever you're feeling, be it whether you want to type or write, just take everything down so that you can read it back lah.
I think for diet, right, I think I go by this now I go by this motto lah. If you eat good, you will feel good, you know. So like just not really like, I don't mean eat good as in like, oh, I feel good when I eat potato chips or that, you know, like if you eat clean you know, you will feel better, you know, rather than, you know, if you were to eat potato chips or what, you feel good temporarily, but then afterwards you feel alamak, I regret I feel personally attacked but it's okay. But yeah, you know, if you eat good, you will feel good, you know. So yeah, you know, like it will be very hard to maintain it because consistency, that's one thing. You know, you can start first, you know, but in Malay we have this saying, you know, semangat 5 minit. So like you only like really go on with it, but only for like say a few days, a few weeks. After that, give up already. So like I've encountered that situation many times personally. So but what usually motivates me to, like, you know, what usually gets me to be consistent is that I remember why I first started. Like for example, gymming lah. Like there are times where, you know, alamak, I lazy already lah. Like, you know, I don't want to do it anymore. But then like I look back thinking and then I think about how much I progress, you know, like do I want to lose this progress or do I want to continue to improve myself? You know, I think that helps me maintain my consistency lah, personally. So yeah, what would you say is the most challenging part about maintaining this physical wellness?
For me, it would be my diet, because I normally buy bubble tea every week on Mr. Coconut Fridays.
Oh,
Yes, so I buy
that's
Mr.
good.
Coconut every Friday. And it's like, I don't really care about what I eat. So,
How is
I
that
think-
diet usually like daily?
okay, so actually I'm a vegetarian, but
Oh.
I don't really like to eat vegetables. So, and I don't really like fruits. So I eat like a lot of carbs and a lot of tofu, which I think is protein, but I don't really eat as much as carbs. So I consume a lot of carbs and quite little protein and fibers and everything lah. So I think like post-training protein is really, really important if you want to maximize your performance, but I don't really do it. So yeah.
Okay, just a disclaimer before anyone tries to shoot at us. Yes, we may be talking about this, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we are, you know, we do it. You know, like for physical wellness, maybe we have to know about our diet and nutrition, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we really keep track. So like we just discuss it. Just a disclaimer, just throwing out there first. So you want to continue what you're saying?
No.
Okay. Then how about Shami? You know, like
What's the question again? Like, what's the challenge?
what's the most challenging part about maintaining your physical wellness?
Physical wellness. I think for me it's really like getting the consistency, like physically, like be it like going to the gym to exercise or like even finding that consistency in my own training itself. So I guess that's something that I've been really struggling with since like maybe year 2 till now. So I'm just trying to like find that consistency in like maybe few trainings. So yeah, I mean not just specifically for like let's say 2 trainings I'm very consistent, that kind of thing, but in the long run lah. So I think that's the main challenge. So yeah, as for diet, I think I don't really face a lot of challenge because like Justina, I eat whatever I want and it doesn't show on us, like in terms of
Thankfully.
I feel like that.
weight and all. But I think sometimes when you eat too much, like I mean unhealthy food, you sort of feel bad,
Yeah, you feel
but then you
disgusted
feel
about
good
yourself.
at the same time. Yeah, so I guess like once you eat something that's like that you think that's like unhealthy, then it sort of gives you the motivation to like, okay, maybe I should go and exercise.
I think the first step is just recognizing that it's unhealthy. I think that's actually a very big step.
I think recognizing the thing,
it's just
the
starting,
fact.
starting the diet.
It's the first step.
Yeah, I think that's currently my challenge now.
Yeah.
Because I've actually gained a lot of weight and actually start of this year I was actually 70 kilograms. No, not 70 actually. Not even 70, I was 68.
That's
Yeah.
close to 70, okay.
What
It makes a
about now?
difference. Now, last recorded, I was 78.
Wow.
So I think it's due to COVID also lah. I blame COVID, okay? But I think
Blame
because
yourself.
also during my internship also like I ate a lot of chicken. I think you can like ask Harrison, he's behind the camera, like I ate a lot of chicken. Every day my diet would be chicken because I would always eat out with my department because we had to go on
Fried
ground a lot.
chicken, KFC kind of thing.
Not KFC, like that's like nasi ayam or anything that has chicken, right? I will just buy it because usually we eat out at like kopitiam or like those 89.7.
Mm.
Because we usually go there. So like I just took what's easy or what's simple to order. Then I just chicken. So I think that also played a big part in me gaining weight because actually during COVID my weight was still okay, but it just and right now I've just started on a diet actually. I think how long has it been? 2 days. 2 days.
Okay.
Just nice. You'll be able to see the difference
motivated
later.
you?
But
We'll just see the progress.
I
What
think it's
motivated you to start your diet?
I think it's just when I think Shamin sent those photos like,
Oh.
oh my god, was that me?
No.
Like, I was that slim. Like
Yeah.
what? That's impossible. I thought like
Damn.
damn, like wow, that was my body once. And now I think recently, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, I met my lecturer, Nisa Lionel. Sorry, Nisa, I love you. But when I saw him, I was with another friend. When I saw him, first thing he said to me was not hi. He said, gemuk. I was like, oh damn, really? Is that noticeable? Then I was like, okay, it's time to start, So I was like, okay, I should start on a diet soon. So
Interesting.
I think that's my most challenging part about physical wellness lah. And like it all really combines into one lah, because you need the mental health you need the mental strength to push you to take care of your physical health and nutrition. So it all links up lah. I guess that's what I would say.
Yeah.
So you guys have anything else to say?
No.
No?
I would say eat your fruit and vegetables.
Don't
Yeah.
attack me.
Eat your fruit and vegetables,
I
okay?
think she's attacking me.
I think she's attacking me.
No, because I think like if you're okay, this is just like personally lah. It's a personal advice to you.
Personal attack.
So you should eat your fruits and vegetables from the ban mian store.
No,
Oh,
that's
that's
just bitter.
I think
and
even
disgusting.
no, it's nice. So
We love NYP food.
Sure.
I mean, like if you're already eating a lot of carbs, so just try to incorporate like fiber so that it will be a more balanced meal as a whole. Even if you don't like it.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah. I think it's just good
I
for
love
general
rice.
lah. Yeah. Just general
Rice is love.
I mean,
well-being.
rice is an Asian thing. You
Yes.
can't live without like rice.
Yes.
Rice is life.
Hashtag
Yes.
we love rice.
Trademark.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah,
Alright.
if there's nothing else, I believe that concludes our first episode of Wellness Wednesday. So yeah, join us next week because we'll be talking about the emotional wellness aspect. So yeah, we'll be with a different guest, but your host will still be the same, right, over here. So if there's nothing else, thank you very much for listening.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.